I'm Malcolm Mazel with Decolonizing the Divine. I went through the enlightenment process, or I achieved enlightenment. And enlightenment is basically when you go through the ascension phases and you embody God's energy in the flesh. Somebody who was popular or well known for doing this is Jesus. um, and this is why people mistake Jesus for God, but God went through the enlightenment processes trying to educate people on how to do it, which has took a life form on its own, but essentially decolonizing the divine is how you get there. Okay, so I'm going to talk about dreams. Um, I I get because I went through the ascension process. I get a lot of dream communication now. Well, God is always talking to you and communicating, but now because I went through that process and my energy system is clear, I'm able to get more direct, like communication and verbiage, and it's really fun. I love when I get like these messages and things in my dreams. But um, for me, and particularly God like will send me messages, but they have like these double entendres. Like they'll mean a multitude of things, but like God is putting them like there together for me to kind of like piece together like the meaning of everything. So like this is my norm now. I have so many dreams like all the time. I get so much communication. Like it's constant communication happening all around me. So it mostly like with dreams and social media. So one of my more recent dreams was okay. So I was in this beautiful red dress. I'm not gonna tell you all my dreams because some of this stuff is like I'm not ready to share yet. But I was in one of my more recent dreams. I was in this beautiful red dress, right? Um, and some other things happened. There was some other people there, some stuff that I'll hopefully be able to share in the near future. But it's not quite time for me to share it yet. Um, So here's why this red dress was significant, and then I'm going to show you something else that came along with it. So, like I said, I went through the enlightenment process, right? And now that I know like what it actually is and how to do it and how to like help people understand what it is, it could get kind of aggravating. And like I try not to be like one of those people. I don't want to come off as like one of them fire and brimstone like preachers, like being all aggressive and like angry and stuff like that. But it's like I really when I try and like when I see people being so confused, and people not understanding that God is literally like within you, like you just got to turn it on, like you got to understand how the process works, and you got to learn how to clear out your energy is really what it is. And when people get so fixated on like religions and stuff like that, I'm like, girl, you don't. Religions are a tool, right? And it's spiritual practices, religions, or whatever you want to call it. They're tools to kind of help you understand the unseen or the spiritual world. But you're connected to it already. You're already connected to the spiritual world. Like you are a spirit down here, okay? Or whatever you want to you're connected to it. You're connected to God, you're connected to the elements, you're connected to the earth, you're connected to your ancestors, you're connected to the cosmos and the planet. You're connected to everything. Right, but we don't understand this, and so we try and figure it out, and we get misguided and miscommunicated with these things. And I had this little gentleman trying to tell me like about Jesus or whatever, right? Jesus is God in the flesh, that's why he's our savior. And I was like, bro, Jesus is trying to tell you how to achieve enlightenment and trying to teach you how to do something, not for you to be regurgitating words all of your days. Like when you go through enlightenment, you embody God's energy in the flesh. You got access to the same energy that Jesus did. So I get aggravated with that. And but I don't want to like come off because they can really like shake people up, right? Like and y'all know we love calling stuff demonic or evil or whatever. And so that could really shake up people's systems. And I want people to, wake up, but I don't want to do it to where it's like coming off as like, one of them people, like some religious or some type of zealot like person that just like I don't want to be one of those, but I still want you to understand. But anyways, so I was talking like to God, like how do I do this? How do I educate people on this process without coming off as like, you know, One of them, you gonna be damned to hell people. Anyways, right? So, like I said, when I had this dream, I was in this beautiful red dress. Now, when I woke up from the dream and I got online, I got on TikTok. This is what popped up on my feed. Walls of Jericho, spread the word, spread the gospel. I promise you, I was in a dress just like this in the dream. It will be heard till the next revival meeting. Spread the gospel, spread the word. So he ripped the manuscriptures, did the okay. That's how God will be communicate with me. Cause and it's so fascinating. And it's like sometimes like when I feel like disconnected, I'm like, why I ain't heard from God in a while? And literally it's because God is waiting to send me the message so when I'll be able to connect the dot with something else. Sometimes, right? God gave me that dream of me being in a red dress when I was gonna wake up and see that lady singing in a red dress, referencing something that I had a concern about. And so basically God was like, spread the word, spread the gospel, like just tell, I don't know, like I just have to tell people like in the best way that I know how and just let the chips fall as they may. Right. And I have the emotional depth to understand like where people are, and I just have to kind of meet people where they are. Like I have to sometimes I just have to meet people where they are with their perception of Jesus. Right. I have to meet people where they are with that. Oh gosh, right. And but I don't know. I just hope I'm being successful and I'm getting through right. But when you go through, this is why it's so important. I need people to understand this. When you go through the enlightenment process, you get direct communicate. You get direct communication. You don't have to seek it from nowhere else. It'll come to you, right? And this is why it's such a problem where people just don't have this understanding, right? And they are in this forever loop, right, of not getting to where they want to go, right? I get to where I want to go because I have direct communication. It ain't just like God is trying to tell you how to go about getting what you want and how to bring it into the physical. But because we don't understand that we have to do this energetic work to receive that communication, we don't ever get there. We just regurgitating Bible scriptures all of our days, and that wasn't the purpose of any of that. Jesus is trying to teach you how to do something. Jesus trying to teach you how to like. And when you never get it, you stay at this like surface base level like understanding. We could really when you achieve enlightenment, you're unlocking your magic, right? It's so much that you just get to experience when your awareness is like open and you understand like how all of this is connected. And so that's one dream. And again, it's just one part of the dream. The red dress had other meanings, but like I'll share that at a later time. Another dream that I had recently, um, I was being driven around in a car by this Caucasian gentleman. I just assumed he was white, but he could have just been a very light skinned man. I don't know. I couldn't make him out like all the way because I had never seen him before. So he was driving me around in the car. So that was one part of the dream. And another part of the dream, I was at a beach with a bunch of other black people. We were like in a group, right? And I saw these fishes. Now these were the same fishes that I had saw when I had went walking at the park the other day, because they had like this little fish pond, and they put the fishes in there. I saw the same fish in my dream, right? So when I woke up, and again I got online, I got on YouTube, that same man popped up in my dream. Like again, like he was just right there. And basically he's a psychic teacher. And so I like now I got excited because like, oh God, trying to tell me that I have psychic gifts, and I'm assuming it's because he was driving me around in the car. He's supposed to be my guide on how to like hone in and like strengthen like my psychic gifts. Um, so I like watched some of his videos and I tried to sign up for one of his classes, right? And the people that I was with and the fish were supposed to represent like a school of fish, like a class of people that I was going to be learning with, basically. Um, so again, like it'll be the double entendres and things like that. Um, and I also had a really fascinating dream recently that I'm so amazed with. I'm probably gonna make a separate video for because that dream just carried a whole lot of weight. Um, but it's so you it's fascinating. It's amazing. Like I don't even know like where to start. I just had these dreams all the time now. I keep a dream journal, and I'm getting better at like writing down like my dreams. Another recent dream that I had was like I was in a meeting with some business ladies. I was like getting served at this dessert stand, like which I do have like this desire to open up like this dessert shop or something like that. Um, and so all these things like God are like kind of prepare me for. And also when I had the dream about the man, like I heard the word today, like before I had woke up, like today, God was letting me know you gonna see him today. It's like if y'all know how magical and fascinating it is, right? And so when you achieve enlightenment, you start moving in divine alignment because you get direct communication on how to do it. That's why it's so important to me and for people to understand how this works and they stop going through all these other like you don't have to do none of that. You don't have to do none of this suffering stuff that you don't have to do none of that. Okay? You've been put down here for a reason. You can get the communication on how to basically create the life of your wildest dreams, right? Only if we understand how it works. So, again, I'm Mocha Mazel with Decolonizing the Divine. You can learn more in this book, and I offer a webinar periodically where it's just for Black women, and it's reawakening your ancient divine energy for transformation and liberation, or self mastery, or whatever you want to call it, right? Because Black women carry ancient energy. So if you understand this, and you understand what to do with that energy and how to cultivate it and how to use it, train you if you know what you're working with, the things that you'll be able to do. Okay, so I hope to see you there. Again, I host them periodically whenever you're watching this video. So hopefully the next time you see it, I'll be hosting one shortly after. So, okay, that's it, y'all. Have a beautiful day and see you next time. Oh, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Do all the things, please. Do all the things. Do all the things. All right, see you.